Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what's out there, beyond the stars we can see? What if I told you there might be a ghost in our cosmic neighborhood, a mysterious ninth planet, lurking in the darkness, that could spell doom for our own world? Some scientists believe this Planet 9 is a rogue planet, a cosmic wanderer captured by our sun's gravity. But what if another, much larger rogue planet were to come calling? What would that mean for us, here on our little blue marble? The answer is more terrifying than you might imagine. Today, we're going to explore the chilling possibility of a rogue planet invading our solar system and the cataclysmic fate that could await Earth. So, what exactly is a rogue planet? Imagine a planet without a home, a celestial orphan drifting through the vast, empty expanse of interstellar space. These are rogue planets. They aren't bound to any star. They don't follow a predictable orbit. They are born in the same way as other planets, coalescing from the dust and gas in a protoplanetary disk around a young star. But during the chaotic early days of a solar system's formation, gravitational tugs of war can get intense. A close encounter with a much larger planet, like a Jupiter-sized gas giant, can act like a cosmic slingshot, flinging a smaller planet out of its home system and into the lonely darkness of the galaxy. Some scientists estimate there could be billions, even trillions, of these wandering worlds in our Milky Way alone, outnumbering the stars themselves. Most are cold, dark, and incredibly difficult to detect. They don't emit their own light, so we can only spot them if they happen to pass in front of a distant star, causing its light to momentarily bend and brighten an effect called gravitational microlensing. They are the ghosts of the cosmos, silent and unseen, until they get too close. Now, let's set the stage for a truly cosmic horror story. Picture our solar system, a relatively peaceful and orderly place. The planets trace their familiar paths around the sun, held in a delicate gravitational dance that has remained stable for billions of years. This stability is what allows life to flourish on Earth. But what happens when an uninvited guest crashes the party? Imagine a rogue planet, maybe the size of Neptune or even larger, wandering out of the interstellar void and into our solar system. It wouldn't need to hit anything directly to cause absolute chaos. Its most powerful weapon is its gravity. As this massive intruder carves a path through our system, its gravitational pull would be like a wrecking ball, disrupting the finely tuned orbits of every planet, moon, and asteroid it passes. The carefully balanced architecture of our solar system would begin to crumble. The asteroid belt could be destabilized, sending a deadly shower of city-sized rocks careening toward the inner planets, including Earth. The orbits of giants like Jupiter and Saturn could be altered, their immense gravity then tugging on the other planets in new and unpredictable ways. It would be a chain reaction of gravitational chaos, and Earth would be right in the middle of it. For our planet, the consequences would be catastrophic, even from a near miss. Let's say the rogue planet passes through the outer solar system and its gravity just nudges Earth. That just a nudge in cosmic terms would be enough to drastically change our orbit. Our nearly circular path around the sun, which gives us our stable seasons and climate, could be stretched into a highly elliptical or egg-shaped orbit. What does that mean for life on Earth? It means extreme, unsurvivable temperature swings. At our farthest point from the sun, the aphelion Earth would plunge into a deep freeze far colder than any ice age. The oceans would freeze solid from the poles to the tropics, and the atmosphere would begin to condense and snow onto the surface. Any life that survived would be pushed to the brink. Then, as we swung back toward the sun, we'd enter the perihelion, our closest approach. The heat would become unimaginably intense. The frozen oceans would boil, turning our world into a scorching steam bath hot enough to melt lead. The surface would become a sterile, baked wasteland. This cycle of fire and ice would repeat over and over, year after year, rendering Earth completely uninhabitable. It wouldn't be a quick end, but a slow, agonizing death for our world. But that's not even the worst-case scenario. What if the rogue planet's pass was closer, its gravitational influence stronger? There are two even more terrifying possibilities. The first is ejection. The rogue planet's gravity could act like a slingshot, breaking Earth free from the sun's gravitational grip entirely. Our planet would be flung out of the solar system, becoming a rogue planet itself. We would drift endlessly through the cold, dark void of interstellar space. Without the sun's warmth, the surface temperature would plummet to hundreds of degrees below zero. The oceans would freeze to their depths, and the atmosphere would freeze and fall like snow, blanketing the planet in a layer of frozen nitrogen and oxygen. Earth would become a silent, icy tomb, a dead world sailing through the eternal night. There would be no dawn, no stars in the sky as we know them, just the crushing cold and absolute darkness of deep space. The second, and perhaps even more dramatic, worst-case scenario is a death by fire. Instead of being pushed out, Earth could be pulled in. The rogue planet's gravitational tug could destabilize our orbit in just the right way to send us on a collision course with our own sun. Our orbital path would decay, spiraling inward. As we got closer, the sun would fill more and more of our sky. The heat would become unbearable. The oceans would boil away. The rocks would melt, and the very ground beneath our feet would turn to lava. The final moments of our planet would be a fiery plunge into a star 1.3 million times our size. Earth would be vaporized, completely consumed by the sun, its constituent atoms scattered within the solar plasma. It would be a spectacular end, a final, silent scream as our world vanishes into the heart of the star that once gave it life. Whether frozen in the void or consumed by fire, the arrival of a massive rogue planet would mean the end of everything we've ever known. Now, after painting such a bleak picture of cosmic destruction, it's time to take a deep breath. Should you be worried about a rogue planet ending the world tomorrow? The short answer is no. While there are likely billions of rogue planets in our galaxy, space is, for lack of a better word, spacious. It is incredibly, mind-bogglingly vast. The odds of a rogue planet wandering into our solar system, let alone passing close enough to Earth to cause any of these catastrophic events, are astronomically low. We're talking about a once-in-a-trillion-years kind of event, if that. Astronomers are constantly scanning the skies, and an object large enough to pose such a threat would likely be detected long before it reached us, giving us perhaps centuries or even millennia of warning. So while it's a fascinating and terrifying thought experiment, it's not something that should keep you up at night. These scenarios remind us of the chaotic and sometimes violent nature of the universe, but they also highlight just how precious and perhaps improbable our stable little corner of the cosmos really is. It gives us a sense of perspective, a reason to appreciate the calm celestial mechanics that allow our world to thrive. So, the next time you gaze at the night sky, you can rest easy knowing that the planets and stars are right where they should be. The ghost in the solar system remains. For now, just a story. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy exploring the mind-bending wonders and horrors of the cosmos, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next journey into the unknown. See you next time.